What's up, PlayStation 5 players? Today I'm going to list the top 20 most anticipated games for PlayStation 5 in 2025, games with release date and with no release date, but previously confirmed in 2025. Hope you like it. Click on the like and subscribe. Thank you, and let's go.
Seek to correct this.
Chronos: The New Dawn is third-person survival horror by the studio that brought us the amazing Silent Hill 2 remake. The studio is Bloober Team. I didn't trust the studio to do the remake of Silent Hill 2 back then, but they showed us that they know how to impress us, so I'm curious to see more about this game. It'll be released in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game throws you into the heart of a deadly struggle against overwhelming foes, all while uncovering the mysteries of a twisted time travel story, with impressive visuals and an impressive immersion.
Legacy can take many forms, right? Learn from the ones who came before. Wait, I hear something.
Is that a Kestrel?
I still can't believe they exist.
To what do we owe?
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the most beautiful, in a matter of realistic graphic style, turn-based RPGs I've ever seen. The game is being developed by the studio Sandfall Interactive, and this one got a confirmed release date already. That's April 24th, 2025, and it's coming out of PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game features a beautiful and realistic graphic style, with impressive visuals and style. The combat isn't a turn-based system, but with action mechanics too, like pressing in right time to defend or attack stronger. It seems that the world will be huge, with a lot of possibilities and things to explore too. What sounds fun?
Do you mean we're the only ones left? Where monsters invade our world. A powerful being falls from the sky. The dream ends. Is this really just a dream? My only hope lies within.
Come, Kaiser. We will travel across worlds, leap through dimensions, together.
Lost Soul Aside is a hack-and-slash game developed by a Chinese studio. The studio is Ulti Zero Games, and the game is going to be released in May 30th, 2025. It's kind of close, and it'll be available on PlayStation 5 and Windows. Embark on an epic odyssey to save your younger sister and the whole of humanity from mysterious dimensional invaders from beyond the starlit skies. The gameplay is fast, fluid, and impressive. The game is inspired in the gameplay of Final Fantasy 15 and Devil May Cry, and it looks really good, with nice visual effects and insane fights.
I see great... Let me be your vengeance. The blade in your hand. never wanted to be a...
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a soul. Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commence.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is the returning of the classic hack and slash series. After a long time without a new game, a new one is finally announced. It's being developed by the studio's Platinum Games, Team Ninja, and Koei Tecmo Games, and is planned to be released still in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Microsoft Windows. Ninja Gaiden is a legendary hack and slash series. The game mixes a little of exploration in an insane combat style with different weapons and characters. The new game will be set in the same style, but with new characters and with new generation graphics.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
It ends here.
So you've come.
Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away. Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
Hell Is Us is a new action-adventure game with some RPG mechanics. The game will be set in a semi-open world, in a dark and mysterious universe. The game is being developed by the studio Rogue Factor, and it got a release date already, and it is September 4th, 2025, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In an isolated country ravaged by infighting, discover the secrets of your past and deal with the repercussions of a mysterious calamity. A game with beautiful graphics and an immersive gameplay. So just make sure you remember this one. The first Berserker Kazan is an action RPG set in the Souls-like style. The game is being developed by the studio Neepal and is coming out in March 27, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game will be fast and fluid, set in a dangerous magical world. And as any other Souls-like game, it's going to be hard, really challenging, with a lot of different enemies and bosses. The graphic style is very stylish in my opinion, a good mix of realism and cartoon, giving the game a charismatic visual style, and if you're a fan of this kind of game, it looks really good. Little Nightmares 3 is the third adventure, or nightmare, of the series. The game is now being developed by another studio, Supermassive Games, the studio of Until Dawn, The Quarry, and some more games. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out in 2025, but with no official date yet, but will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Switch, and Windows. The adventure now will be set in a co-op experience. But no, you don't need anyone else to play with you. In the case you're going to play alone, an AI is going to help you in the adventure, but surely with a real person will be more fun.
Ever known in my life. Our land. Our custom. In the name of unification.
Still a frog.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the next adventure in the world of Assassin's Creed. The game, as always, is being developed by Ubisoft and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Microsoft Windows in March 20th, 2025. The game, for the first time in a big Assassin's Creed game, will be set in Japan. You'll be able to play with two different characters, Neo and Yasuke, each one of them with their own style and mechanics. This will be an RPG Assassin's Creed, like Valhalla, Odyssey, and some others, set in a huge map with a lot of things to do.
And you? Will you continue down that river? You see?
And we must look for it. Together.
Simulate their stories to life.
I can't do this.
Please calm down.
It's time.
You can't shut it. No!
Accidentally, they end up in the same simulation.
What are you doing in my story? Something bad is going on here.
And there, they find out that their stories...
Split Fiction is the next game of studio responsible of It Takes Two, a game that got the Game of the Year award in 2021. The studio is Haze Light Studios, and the games is coming out on March 6, 2025 to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game will be set in a sort of fantasy world that's actually a simulation inside the story. And once again, it's impossible to play alone. You need a friend or an online mate to play with you. But the adventure promises to be even greater than the adventure of It Takes Two. So I'm looking forward to play.
And then, they become a little bit bigger dragons with new abilities. But in the end, they grow up to be full-ass dragons. And now, you can fly around and kick ass. And you can now attack and hack different objects. Here's another one. You play as pigs, and they later become... And as always, with the Friends Pass, you only need to buy one copy of the game to play it with your friend online. That's what Haze Light is.
The Ming Dynasty is dead. Although I swore to protect it, my mission is fulfilled. I will not rest until all traitors are silenced and our stolen kingdom returned.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a new Chinese action RPG game set in the Souls-like style. The studio developing the game is the studio Linzi, and it's coming out in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. And the game is also coming day one to Xbox Game Pass. The story is set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, plagued with warring factions and a mysterious illness spawning monstrous creatures. The game got nice graphics and a gameplay that looks really good, especially for the fans of Souls-like games.
Searching house to house.
If they arrest you two, they will take you to their headquarters, and you will not return.
By my count, that makes 2 super soldiers. Counting you. And that's 2 too many.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is a new superhero game coming out. It's being developed by the studio Skydance Interactive and is aimed to be released in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. So far we didn't see much about the game, just a first trailer. That's an excellent trailer, by the way. In the game we'll play as 4 different characters, American Captain and Black Panther, some of the greatest Marvel superheroes in the last years. Beyond that, we'll also play as 2 normal soldiers, so I'm really curious to see how the gameplay of each one of them are going to be.
There's some obstacles.
That won't be a problem.
Our Cap friend is definitely here too. By the look of things, he's not very far ahead.
The American.
So what do you want?
Answers.
That's far enough!
Stay out of my way!
Stand aside!
I do not take...
Of redemption. You were chosen. Thrown together by forces beyond our control.
Elden Ring Night Train is a new game set in a version of the world of Elden Ring. The game is being developed by From Software and is coming out on May 30th, 2025 to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, and Windows. The game will be set in a roguelike style. You choose a class in the start and must survive in the map as you advance and fight enemies and bosses, getting better items and weapons. If you die, you restart all, and as you proceed, the map will start closing, similar to a battle royale game, and the focus here will be co-op. So if you like this style, this one looks good.
Stand tall. The night is far from over. Little pillager, bent on stacking the lands of gold, I will swat away.
Band together and prepare to claim.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game will be set before the other games, in the start of 20th century, and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
My flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Death Stranding 2 is the sequel of the acclaimed original game. Again, it's being developed by Kojima Productions, and it's planned to be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5. In the future, it's probably coming out to Windows and maybe Xbox. Death Stranding is a unique and original game. The gameplay mixes walking simulator with building features, combat, and an insane story and storytelling. And the sequel will continue the story of Sam, the protagonist of the game, and now the players will continue to explore and connect the people, but also see the aftermath of the first game.
We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
Sam, do you read me? You'll first need to access the Mexico side plate gate terminal. After we've confirmed network coverage, we can take the DHV Magellan and regroup at your position.
Ensure the safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneak. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In other words, weapons and equipment to procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Metal Gear Solid Delta is the remake of one of the most beloved games of the master Kojima, Metal Gear 3, and it's being developed by Konami. Just hope they do a great job here. It's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows in August 26th, 2025. Metal Gear is a stealth game, set in an extremely unique universe. The things are not what they seem, and the plot of the game is absolutely incredible, especially to its time. The remake will seemingly respect the original game, but bringing a new gameplay style, but keeping the core of the game, that's the stealth. Borderlands 4 is the next adventure of the beloved universe of Borderlands. The game is being developed by the studio Gearbox Software. This will be released on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. The game got a release date already. That is September 23rd, 2025. You probably know the series already, but if you don't, it's a looter-shooter series set in a first-person camera with a unique and charismatic graphic style, and it's always been a success since the first game of the series. Doom: The Dark Ages is the next adventure of this beloved FPS series. The game is being developed by the studio ID Software and is coming out on May 13, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game will be a prequel, set before of Doom 2016, but here Doomslayer will be as brutal as never before, with new melee weapons and firearms. The enemies looks really good, and the players will also have the possibility to control a flying dragon and a huge mecha robot. What looks extremely brutal, so if you like the last games of the series, this is a great game for you.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north, but you are hunting.
Ghost of Yodi is the next game of the studio Sucker Punch Productions, the studio responsible for Ghost of Tsushima. And the new game is going to be the sequel, set over 300 years after the first game, and obviously, all the characters will be different, so I'm curious to see the game. It's coming out in some moment of 2025, with no release date yet, but this year, and will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but in some moment will be released on Windows too, I'm sure. The first game was an extremely fun action-adventure game, with some RPG mechanics, and this one will be set in the same style. Crimson Desert is an insane, upcoming open-world RPG. The game is being developed by the studio Pearl Abyss, and it's coming out still in 2025, but with no specific date yet. But it's coming out to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is one of those games that are even hard to believe that they're really good as they look. The graphics are insane. The world seems huge and massive, and is a game with a lot of features like glide, parkour, a nice combat style, dragon ride, and much more. And if it's as good as it looks, it'll be one of the best games of this year.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 is the new adventure of one of the biggest video game series ever. The game will once again be set in Vice City, a famous city of the series, but now it'll be set in modern days, even with a whole new part. I'd even say that Vice City we know will be just a small part of the whole game's map. Just like GTA 5, here we'll play with more than one protagonist. Now, it'll be Jason and Lucia, and it promises to be one of the greatest games ever. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, and it's coming out in 2025. Unless they postpone it, let's hope not, and it'll be launched on Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5.
Well, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
In danger. Still on the brink of extinction.
That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you disagree about the top 20, just leave it in the comments. Which the game you want to play the most in 2025? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.
Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and